Well, hi there. It's good to be with you again. It's actually Saturday evening here, November 17th, and as you're watching this posting, obviously it's probably Sunday the 18th. But had a great day today, and had 9 folks join me for several hours this morning as we began working towards becoming small group leaders. And we did talk about how in groups there's this opportunity to grow in faith, and how we need to go beyond just being baby Christians, and that we need that sense of accountability, we need to be challenged, we need to be encouraged, we need the support, and that comes in the context of a small group community. And so it really fit home with our readings for today as Paul addresses the Corinthian church. And he gets a report back from Chloe's household of divisions going on in the church, and he begins to go through them in our reading today. And he addresses them with the sense that we need to learn to get along with others. I've heard there's divisions among you, and I'm going to tell you why there are divisions. And though his words are tailored for that specific community at that time, I find it amazing how much of what he says is certainly applicable in our lives and in the church of today as well. Paul does not mince words when he talks to them. He gets right to the heart of the matter. He says these divisions are caused by a lack of focus on the gospel, a lack of maturity, and a tendency to fall back into our old sinful nature and the human traditions of the world and the very self-centered nature that goes along with that. So he says we need to break out of that. We need to grow in wisdom, in the wisdom of God, and we need to therefore grow and mature spiritually. And in so doing, we will then find that the divisions decrease and the unity increases. The word for mature in the Greek literally means perfect. And I think that's fascinating, because we understand that part of what God is doing in our lives on a daily basis throughout our lives is to continue to shape us and remake us more and more in the image of His Son Jesus. And that is a lifelong process. It doesn't end, and yet sadly, even Billy Graham lamented this, that though he brought many into the faith, he always lamented the fact that there were many who never went beyond that, who stayed as baby Christians, who never continued that process of growth. Just being converted, while it may have brought you into the kingdom, is not enough. God's plan and desire is to continue to remake you, and the idea is God wants to take and harness all aspects of our lives and bring them in line with His purposes and His plans. And that's what Paul really lays out for the Corinthian church here today. He says, you have divisions because you aren't mature, because you aren't focused on the gospel of Christ. You're focused on your own self-interests. And if you truly were wise and you truly were mature, Paul is saying there would be unity, because you would be looking at things and seeing things the way God sees them. And I think that's a challenge for us today in our own lives and in the church as well. Where there is division, usually I would, as I've seen through the history in ministry and churches that I've been involved in, it has to do with people's own personal desires for things, whether it's the kind of music we like, the kind of youth group we want to have, kind of lessons we want to learn in Bible study, whatever, the color of the church paraments, the where the money is spent, all of those kinds of things. And not that those aren't important on some level, but when they start to take precedence over the gospel and its proclamation, both within the church as well as in the world, then we have division. And that's where we struggle. And so as Paul directs them today, I would be certainly wanting to apply his teaching in my own life and be challenged today as I think about my ministry and also how I feel about my church, about the people I serve with, and am I really maturing as a child of God so that I can see God's overarching plan at work, and sometimes even at the expense of my own little desires and my own little kingdoms. And I think that's a real challenge, and Paul's going to continue to address in them and to them how to get this changed around for the Corinthian church. And I think it's a real challenge for us today, too. So enjoy your reading, and we'll be continuing to walk through this, and I'll look forward to talking with you again. Have a great day in the Lord.